Welcome to day 90. Day 90? That's crazy. Of our BitClout journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein, here with my twin brother, Brian Krasenstein. And we're also here with Ben Edelstein. Or is it Edelstein?
No relation, Edelstein. But it's funny that you guys are twin brothers and pronounce the Steen and Stein differently. I love that.
Yeah, so maybe our ancestors knew each other back in the day. But Ben Edelstein goes by Ben E on BitClout, so you probably know him as Ben E. And he's our special guest.
B-E-N-E, not Benny, it's B-E-N-E.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, B-E-N-E. And so we're going to talk to Ben a little bit, but we have a few things to touch on. There was actually a lot of news on BitClout yesterday, a lot more than a normal weekday, I guess you could say. And, you know, like there's some good news and some bad news. So the hack it was exposed, Brian.
Yeah, so we knew last week and the week before that accounts were being hacked, and I think 30 accounts were hacked, $30,000 was lost before the hacker ended up actually sending all the money back to people, which was kind of odd but good. Basically, a group of developers. It included Tijen. It included a couple of the guys from Cloutapis. They all looked into this. Hunter Paulson as well. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I'm sure I am. And they've been looking into this, and they figured out that it was basically malware coming from two apps in particular, Clout Spy and I have it written down. Sorry, Bitwatcher. So both these apps were run by the same groups, and they basically put a bunch of malware in the beginning of it. So before the file executed on one's computer, this malware acted and it would sniff out the seed phrase of BitClout accounts. So anybody that downloaded this app and then used it is potentially compromised. We move it immediately. If you used it, then it's suggested by these developers that you create a new account and transfer all your clout over to that account. It's going to be a pain in the neck, I'm sure, but if you want to be safe, that's the best way to go about it. And the crazy thing is that this was listed on GitHub and it was open source. But what you don't know is that it was executing the malware before the file actually was executed. So all the open source code was on GitHub, but there's actually something before that was doing all the harm.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad that this happened. It's good that we figure out what was going on and kind of can tell people how to protect themselves. It would really suck if I had to, create a new account. So I feel for those people who do. Yeah, so I mean, that's the bad news. We have some more good news, but hey, Ben, do you have any cool, interesting stories on your BitClout journey?
I do have a pretty good one. On the hack note, I think it is kind of tough because you want to trust some of these apps. Maybe there can be an extra layer of verification. It's challenging sometimes with wanting to be decentralized and open source, but it's great that the community could come together to quickly kind of identify and not have those funds kind of lost for good. But maybe there's some sort of additional layers of security that could be put in place. But I think the suggestion of potentially having an extra account to make sure that the seed phrase isn't compromised is a really good one. Yeah, I mean, I guess going on to a lighter note from the BitClout hack, I've been on, I think, just as long as you guys, where it's still password protected. It's been crazy to see how quickly the team has developed, come out with new innovations. Hearing kind of feedback of, hey, this tool would be so cool, and then a week later it's on the platform. You don't see teams like that build so quickly. But when I started, I was thinking as myself as much more of behind the scenes, I want to invest in people. I don't want to kind of create my own profile. And it just so happened I saw Craig had posted this thing of invest 10K in this new account, a friend of mine, and I'll put 1,000 into your account. And so I was like, that'd be pretty awesome to have $1,000 from Craig in your account. At the time I was just getting carried away. It felt like Monopoly money, it was just investing in people left and right, being oh, this is, it was kind of the Wild West, the first, 3 weeks or a month. And so I invest 10K, which is a substantial amount of money for me and for, anybody. And as soon as I did it, I like messaged Craig. I was super excited. I was like, hey, wanted to let you know I did this, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately got cold feet. I was like, what am I doing? Like I shouldn't be spending $10,000. Like that's way too much money. I don't even know this person I invested in. So I like immediately was like, you know what? I'll just like, I'm going to trim it down. I like can't do that. So I trimmed it down. I sent Craig like a note, hoping like he sees it before and was like, hey, I'm so sorry, but like, I shouldn't have invested 10K. I apologize. Like, please don't invest in my coin. I don't want any confusion. And like at the time, the BitClout messages were lagged. And so I saw him like, I trust you. No worries. Here's the $1,000 in your coin. I'm like no way that I could somehow, mislead the #1 creator on BitClout. So I sent him like a really kind, like, no, like, I apologize. Like, I shouldn't be spending that kind of money. And he wrote me this message, like, I appreciate the honesty. Like, that's what this platform is all about. Like, I'll keep the, $1,000 in your coin. And then really from that moment on, like, I just kind of started putting myself out there to meet more people, more creators on the platform, and realize like, there's not really any limitations of why you can't yourself become a creator and also still invest. And so yeah, that was kind of my funny run-in with Craig, where he kind of bet on me, and I think his, the coin price is probably 4 or 5x. So I guess it was good to bet on his trust in that. But yeah, that's my BitClout kind of biggest memory, I would say.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Craig. I think that sometimes like the investing can become the creation. So you can invest and then you can talk about your investments, and that can kind of become a whole new thing where you're kind of creating and investing at the same time. So I think that like I follow you, and I think what you're doing is awesome as well. So like just keep creating too, because you never know where it's going to lead.
Yeah. Do you guys mind if I ask you a quick question? Because I mean, I saw Burn Your Clout. I was super fascinated about it. Of course, like as soon as it opened, I got to put in it. But like real quickly, I'd love to hear kind of your overall thoughts on like the long-term, vision for it. And I know we have some other topics to get to, but as a personal investor and, fan of you guys in the account, I'd love to hear more.
Yeah, so Burn Your Clout, we launched like 2 days ago, I think. And the idea is to basically burn people's coin. And by burn, I mean send it to a seedless account, an account we created on a video and lost the seed phrase. So any coin getting sent to that account is forever locked. So it's not really burnt, it's locked forever. It has a 25% founder reward. 10 of that goes to us buying the creator's coin that bought our coin. 10 goes to buying the creator's coin and then sending it to the burnt cloud account and locking it forever. 4 goes to us buying the Burn Your Cloud account and locking that forever. And 1 goes to us buying the Krasenstein account and locking that forever.
How do you guys
Krasenstein, I'm sorry.
That? I feel like it's it's so well thought out, and like the distributions between all of them. Which one of you guys' idea, if you don't mind me asking, was it?
I have all the ideas. Eddie just followed. That's not true. That was like Brian's first good idea. Most of the ideas come from me. Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. I think like I can envision the Burnt Cloud account like kind of being a repository for all the Burnt Cloud, and like in 10 years they'll be like, hey, there's actually like $10 million in BitClout coin in here that's forever gone. So like it's kind of an interesting concept and kind of an experiment all at once. We'll see how it plays out. I think the coin shot up to like 2,000. Now it's down to like 1,200 or something. The idea is you slowly burn that coin by whenever somebody invests. So as more people buy that coin, we're burning more and more of it as well. So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I don't want to speculate, but it's an interesting concept and an experiment, I guess. Yes, so there's 2 other news topics that we kind of want to touch on, and they're good news. Cloud APIs came out, and this is like great news for developers and for people who have plans to create apps or other nodes on top of BitClout. Brian, do you want to touch a little bit on that once your dog stops barking? Yeah, every morning this happens. So Cloud APIs, basically it's snippets of code that other developers can take open source and use so that they can skip steps. Like, so if they have a code for
say subscriptions, you can grab that, put it in your app and use that without having to go through all the process of creating subscriptions. So I mean, I think it's going to further develop. It's created by Rabal, who's behind CloutFeed, and then Chris Mattern, who is behind another mobile app for BitClout. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to help accelerate some of the development.
Yeah. So I mean, the other thing I want to touch on is Afterparty, and this is really cool. I think it's basically like an event planner where you can buy coin in entertainers in order to get tickets to their virtual online events. And they actually had a music festival going on between today, June 23rd, and June 27th, and they have 4 different artists performing over the course of those 4 days, starting with Clay Perry today, and then Mads performs tomorrow. Then on the 25th, Tropics performs, and then it closes out with Echo Smith with their performance. And so the way it works is you basically have to own 0.001 coins of Afterparty, and then each artist can price it as well. So if you want to attend a Tropics coin, the Tropics event, you need 0.001 Afterparty coin, and you need 0.01 Tropics coin. For Echo Smith, you need 0.007 Echo Smith coin. So it's a great way for artists to really monetize their performances, and they have limited number of tickets. So it's kind of like a limited event. And they also have they're using NFTs. So if you own a certain amount of creator coins for this festival, of the performers, you can actually get NFTs. I think you get a gold NFT if you own 4 creator coins combined between the 4 artists, and you get the platinum NFT if you own, I believe it's 10 of the creator coins between the 4 artists. I mean, it's a lot of coins, but they're going to be super limited, those NFTs, and it's going to be interesting to see how those NFTs are implemented into BitClout once BitClout brings NFTs to the platform. But I love the idea. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I've been super interested in my background. Actually, I did some work for music events with music artists when it came to like providing really unique experiences, raising money for charity. So seeing Afterparty kind of taking some of the same, ideas of collaborating between, music experiences and now bringing that to BitClout. I'd be interested to see too. I mean, it seems like it'd be super easy to layer on where, a certain percentage, maybe it's the founder reward for when people contribute to someone's coin goes to a charity of their choice, like being able to tie in philanthropy. I know you guys talk a lot about philanthropy as well on your account, but that's kind of what excites me about this, is not only providing unique experiences and content to, people on the BitClout, people in the BitClout community, but then also, long term, if we can start figuring out ways to tie in, noble charitable causes that align with the artist, I could see there being a really nice alignment there.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you said, and I'm excited. I think it's going to kind of attract more people to this platform as well.
Yeah, check it out, Afterparty, and the first concerts tonight, Clay Perry music. And we got to meet Clay Perry as well as Ben E in Miami, and they're both great guys. Yeah, as you can see, Ben's actually still in Miami. He actually decided to move there because he liked it so much. And I'm just a little concerned that a coconut might fall off one of those trees and hit you in the head.
I'm concerned too. It's starting to get humid out here. No, I was telling the guys I was ready to take the call inside, and house is under construction, so I'm taking it in the Miami humidity. But yeah, we had a super good time when the BitClout meetup happened. And I swear I see Clay Perry's name everywhere now on the platform. Seeing like songs and stuff. It's great when you've seen people continue to stay at it, and then their name starts popping up all the time, and they just continue to kind of make waves, on BitClout.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like, did you see his new song, Wendy, the Wendy song?
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. He met Wendy on BitClout, and then he made a rap about her, and it's actually really catchy too.
Yeah. So both of them, I think, I know Clay is, but I've been this judge for a bot bets competition. It started as like a March Madness top 64 people, top 64 accounts. Like you had to make the top 64, and then each round, it's this combination between likes, comments, diamonds, and then judges score. And I'm a judge, and so I've seen, and I believe Clay is still around. We're just about to go into the final 4 from the Elite 8, but it's it's so amazing to see people that have music talents, that have, you know, creative talents, that are really amazing copywriters just kind of come up. And it really is a diverse group of creators on this platform. But Clay, I've seen a couple of the songs and like videos, and they've been really strong. So it's been cool to be a part of.
Yeah, and like I love bot bets because you can find so many new creators that you might not have heard of before, and it's cool. It's like March Madness, but with BitClout people.
Yeah, when I first, we posted something, was like looking for, I don't know if it was looking for a judge or something, and I just thought, oh, that'd be fun. I volunteered. Next thing I know, I get like a Google spreadsheet of like 64 links, like just go and rate this by tomorrow. And I'm like, wow, I don't know what I signed up for. And it was funny. Like the first 64, you kind of like knocked out, and then each round, like spending more time and feeling like I'm actually getting to know these creators, their personalities. I've invested in a couple of them. We'll probably invest in a few more of the finalists coming down, but yeah, just like you said, it's great when you can find different outlets to discover new creators and ones that might align with your, you know, passions, whether that's music, sports, you know, art, whatever it may be, but finding creators that kind of align with, you know, what you like to do as a person.
Can you give us any inside information on who's gonna win?
Oh, I can't. No, but it's coming down to the wire here. I believe the announcement of the final four will come today, and then we might be working something on a cool little final four contest. So I'll keep you guys posted, and yeah, it should be a good one.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well,
All right.
we don't want you sweating too much out there. I know how humid it is down here in Florida. So we can end it, I guess, our day 90 with Ben E. Follow Ben E too. And
Yeah, like go to the beach or something. Cool. Really cool.
Guys, thanks so much for having me. This is awesome. Honestly, I'm super inspired by how much you use the platform, how much you put out like very quality content. You know, I think people see your account and try to kind of figure out ways where they can come up with their own creative voice. So keep up the amazing work. We'll have to get together again in Florida soon, but thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks again, Ben.